Boom, we're going. I was just talking about this thing, and so we feel that this is a point that's important to make, right?
Yeah.
I was just talking about this phenomenon, this idea, this ideology, this philosophy that I've heard a lot in media, specifically on TV shows a lot, but I think it's sitcoms and shit, which is this idea like, oh, you know, it's not for us to know, you know, you're not supposed to understand the laws of, you know, God works in mysterious ways, you're not supposed to know these things, life's for living, you know, it's not about understanding everything. I've heard that like message, I've heard that idea so many times in TV presented as like a real actual philosophy you should live your life by.
You should believe it.
Yeah.
Like, you should be convinced by that.
Yeah.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Like,
You're just gonna accept that you don't know anything and you are gonna give up on trying to learn new things?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to understand. It's not for us to know.
It's not for you to know.
There are certain things.
What is all of science?
Yeah,
TV?
yeah, exactly. What is the modern human being?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
What is the fact that engineers figured out how to build houses?
Yeah. Like, was that not for us to know?
Yeah, we're supposed to... don't worry about learning about math. You're not supposed to know that.
It's not for us to know.
You know, that's for death and taxes.
Quantum physics, you know, that's God's domain. We don't need to understand that. You know,
like, bitch, we're trying to progress here.
Yeah, we're trying to learn what the rules.
We're trying to evolve as a species.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get better.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel like... How have we not all agreed that humanity's goal is at least progressing upward?
Yeah, at least, like...
progressing somewhat forward.
Yeah, and the only clear actual way forward, and it's an obvious way forward, is to do science, is to do logic.
Yeah, and don't decide that it's not for us to know.
Yeah, because what do you mean? Who says that? Why do you say? Why do you know that it's not for us to know?
Yeah,
like,
prove that.
Yeah,
prove it. Like, science proves everything.
And it's supposed to be this message that applies to like people who are. It's always in the show. It's always when someone's like freaking out about something. They're like, oh, you know, what should I do? What's the right thing for me to do? They're having like a crisis of philosophy, and then the answer is like, fuck it, just do what your heart tells you. You know, which is the worst possible. It's supposed to be this thing where you can apply it on a personal level, right?
Yeah, right. And listen, on a personal level, right, it's not the worst. If you're talking like the closest people you know, okay, you can follow the matters of the heart if you must.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, if you're like a fucking manager, you're not like, it's not for us to know, employees.
And I actually think that on a personal level it doesn't work. I think every
like
single person...
It should be temporary.
Every single person should strive to understand as much as they can.
Yeah.
Like, and that sounds like maybe simple or extreme or something. It's not. It's a very, like, logical... that people should strive to know as much as they can.
You want to know, like, why the sun sets. Don't you want to know why the clouds form?
Yeah. And like, people seem to think that those big grand physics lessons don't apply in their lives, and they're so wrong.
They're wrong. It applies on a very practical, like, life level. Especially
evolutionary psychology and understanding of animal behavior and why human beings,
why you act. Learning about why we act the way we act is a great stepping stone on learning about all of science. Yeah. Because it's such key context for the rest of it.
And even if you don't give a shit about science, even if you never learn one thing about space or whatever, you should understand your own why you feel the way you feel.
You should understand why you get hungry in the morning, and you should understand why you get angry when someone insults you, and you should understand why you get sad. Like, you know, you need to know why. Because it's not unknowable. It's not uneffable. It's very knowable, in fact.
Extremely effable.
Extremely effable. Very fungible tokens, okay? Like, you can literally just be like, oh, I'm mad because of this reason, and more than that, right? You shouldn't be like, oh, I'm mad because my dad called me a cunt. Yeah. You should say, I'm mad because in a tribe of chimpanzees, when you're in the wild, right, and someone insults you to your face, right?
That's bad.
It's bad in your ranking in the tribe is being challenged.
It means that if you're a man particularly, or a woman, it means your social ranking goes down. You won't be able to mate with as good of a partner.
Yes.
Your children will be not as likely to live, right? It's this really...
And listen, that is why you got mad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's why. Not because of, because he's a bitch, because he's an asshole.
Yeah, not because he's a cunt. And even if he is a cunt, right? We're not saying that people aren't cunts.
Yeah.
They are.
They are.
It's because of the same reason. It's because in a tribe, it's beneficial to be a cunt. You get more mates.
Yeah.
Long story short.
The way that people react to every situation, all of the human behaviors are preset by evolution in order to help us in a tribal environment.
And everything else is shit that is extra. It's shit that humans added on. Like, we decided that there's more to it.
Yeah, that it's about ethics, and it's about religion, and it's about politics. And all those things, ethics, religion, politics, philosophy, all of those things fall under the preview of human emotion, which means that they're completely dependent on evolution's selected preferences. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I will say, right, it's the only reason you get mad is not because of that, right? Like, in your actual life, you can be mad for other very logical reasons.
But the root of anger, of all anger, is a chemical response.
Yeah, and we're not saying you can stop being mad.
Yeah.
We're saying you can get mad, accept the reasons why. You can be like, yes, I am mad because of this. I understand that. Let it fucking flow through you.
Yep. I've been having a conversation recently. I've been having multiple conversations with a person I know recently who is having relationship problems, and they're very, very angry about it. They have a lot of built up resentment and stuff about it, right?
Yeah.
And every time, this is a person I really respect. I think they're a very smart person. But every time I try to talk to them about maybe letting go of that anger or trying to work through that anger just for themselves, just because anger is a bad thing. I was trying to...
You don't want to feel bad and angry all the time.
Yeah, anger's a poison that you take for yourself, you know what I mean? And, and anytime I even try to broach a topic around that anger, it just ends up in an angry rant, right? They can't even hear me, right? They can't... It's too powerful. That emotion in their minds when you mention that topic is too strong, and they don't even want to try and figure out a logical, objective opinion on the situation.
They're overflowed with, rage.
And basically. They're righteous, which they believe that they're correct in their feelings.
And funny psychological note, anger, quote, is the guard dog to sadness.
It really is.
And it really is.
Yeah.
If you're angry, it's because your body is trying to stop yourself from being sad.
Yep. It's because you're sad, and now you need to evolution selected that sometimes aggression works in that situation.
Sometimes when you get angry, when you get sad, it's beneficial evolutionarily.
Yeah. It's an easier path. It's the path of least resistance.
It feels better, right? Even though it's bad for you still. But it feels safer.
It feels natural. Your inclination is to follow these instincts because
particularly chimps, we feel less vulnerable when we get angry instead of when we get sad.
Yep.
But it's equally, if you were to now, viewer, fan, now that you know that fact, right? You shouldn't look at anger as they're angry. Look at it as they're sad about something, right?
Yeah, they're upset.
They are upset, and they're using anger to cope, literally.
And when you are angry, when you're in the moment of anger and you're like, fucking that fucking cunt, I can't believe he would fucking do that to me. When you
fucking revive me, cunt!
You should know, right, that is false. That's not truth. That's a natural, it's an animal instinct.
Yeah.
That is not a truth. People get convinced by their own emotions, and it's silly. Emotions aren't facts. They aren't, facts don't care about your feelings, to quote a very terrible person.
Let's say, hypothetically, you get what you fucking deserve.
I love the Joker Shapiro.
Yeah.
Oh, now let's say hypothetically you get what you fucking deserve. Oh, I love that.
He is the Joker, bro.
Yeah.
Reincarnate.
But so each person should apply reason to their, and they should know that emotions aren't truths. They're tricks. They're illusions, to use a good word. They're illusions, or even they're kind of delusions.
And it's the very same way a fucking street magician tricks you.
Yes, exactly.
No different.
Your brain just tricks you. It just doesn't. It just catches your attention the wrong way, and it just tricks you. It just funnels you down these.
Exactly. It's like gambling. Your brain is using the very same psychological fuckery. That stuff like gambling does, and stuff
addiction,
loot boxes.
Meth.
Yeah, and drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they hijack the same pathways.
It's your brain does that to you naturally as well.
Yes.
As much as any other fucking influencer.
Yeah. It fucks with you. Your brain. You hear that? You feel that? That's pride. fucking with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally exactly
To
that.
quote Pulp Fiction, an excellent movie. Yeah. Yeah. That's the 10-minute mark, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that.
Good 10-minute pause, dude.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go!